Hello, my friends, and I'm inspired to share about the beautiful 14th gene key, which happens to be in the sky at the moment of this video, and it only stays in the sky for about 5 days, so it probably won't be anymore when you watch this, and it really doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter if you don't have it in your hologenetic profile. This gene key is so deep. It's really, really beautiful. It's all about the power, the creative power of the belly. So I'll explain a little bit. It goes from the shadow of compromise to the city of boundlessness, through the gift of competence. And it's all about this sea of chi that we have here in the lower chakras, the lower dantian, where we connect our supreme, ultimate, infinite being, the I Am, with the precious human existence, this vehicle. The creative organs are down here. The hara, the lower dantian, as I already mentioned. And what happens is that in the shadow state called compromise, the awareness of these depths of our beings are not given the room that they deserve and that they need in order to expand and fully breathe and concentrate the force, the energy, the chi, the prana, the pneuma, whatever you want to call it, of the manifestation of the highest frequencies, the ineffable, subtle highest frequencies, down into this physical vehicle. So we make compromises because when we incarnate here on this planet, we inherit the memories of our ancestors. Good and bad. There's no judgment, but you get my drift. Lower frequency or higher frequencies. And the lower frequencies are all opportunities to raise our frequencies. So it's, in that sense, it's all good. We inherit those frequencies and memories from our ancestors, and then our parents, the first 7 years of our life, and then our educators, feed us, reflect to us the limitations of this world as well. Whatever has not been integrated and is, therefore not seen as being part of the person, and therefore diminishes the person. And so the compromise is that we diminish ourselves. We are not who or what we truly are. We identify with the ego, and the ego is largely programmed with suffering. Those identifications to all that is perceived as being painful. It's the identification with the pain, as R.J. Spina, a really brilliant metaphysical teacher, explains, that causes suffering. So as we first notice and become aware of our identifications and then release them, well, we release our suffering. I mean, we may still have pain, like, oh, it really hurts here or whatever, but it's no longer something that gets confused with what we are. And so compromise is both a low frequency state of being, that's kind of the currency here at this level of manifestation of the material world on this planet, the way that it's, appearing to us at this time, at the same time, we're just like in the midst of a, profound integral transformation, and it's happening through each of us. So each one of us is a driver of this, a creator of this, a co-creator, and that's why I do these videos, to encourage us, because we're going in the right direction. So the compromise allows me to realize that my breath is constricted in this domain, and I don't have to. You don't have to like think it through. You can feel it, right? And then it invites the awareness of the compromise, like all of the shadow states. The awareness of the shadow states are teachings. They're really profound and precious, for that reason, and they mustn't be shunned or judged or whatever. They just need to be transmuted. And it's kind of like the earth. If you imagine the earth being a spirit, a character in a story that it's going to use coal and it's going to transform it into diamonds. It's also the alchemist that takes lead and that transforms it into gold, so as well, excuse my French, the gardener that takes, the shit and composts it and puts it in a garden and then feeds the humus of the earth, is enriched and nourishes the trees and the flowers and the bushes and the plants. So it's that beautiful circular economy that is a currency of competency, where, because now you're no longer compromising yourself and you're going all the way down to this sacral and root center as well, and you're filling it with your love, because your attention is love. And there's nothing, we might not know this, we might not know that attention is love, because we pay attention to all sorts of stuff that we don't feel loving towards, and yet if we inquire, this is a low frequency form, but attention really is love. And so what we pay attention to is going to grow. We're going to feed it. And when we pay attention to being ourselves, what I am, what you are, truly, all the way down to the deepest parts of your physical being, you're going to begin to feel more and more deeply this chi, this concentrated wealth, which is competence, because it is the substance of what you are. And there is nothing more competent at being you than you. You're like you're like the total expert, the total wizard at being you, the artist, the creator, and that's when we can feel the dawning of the city of consciousness. And remember that all of the cities represent the names, the archetypes of the consciousness that we are. So all of the cities are just variations on the theme of I am, and that is what you are. So at that level, that deepest level of the belly, the fire in the belly, the I am is consciousness. And so the competency, the enthusiasm is going to be in the creation. And this is where our, reproductive organs are, And, whether we're creating children, physical children, or other creations, it's coming from this place, which is in service to the love that is in our hearts. So the love in the heart has this concentrated quality in the belly. And this is what the 14th gene key speaks to and reminds us of. That's why the gene keys are useful, because they remind us of stuff that we may have forgotten, right? And the reminding, the remembering brings you back to your center and helps me embody that. So whether you're sitting, whether you're standing, whether you're lying down, walking, working, whatever, this is the place where you ground, the stability in your core, and that gives you the foundation from which to create. It gives you the energy from which to create. Yeah, and that doesn't mean that it's going to be like that it's going to be like a frenetic type of activity of creativity. It can be very tranquil. It doesn't mean that you have to do. No, it just means that you savor and recognize the sacredness of your expression, whatever form that may take, the bounteousness of it, right? In every moment. The breath, silence, the word, the gaze, the love. You don't even have to open your mouth, And if you are, in the midst of a creative flow of ebullience and all this other stuff, so much more power to you and to all of us. That is the meaning of bounteousness. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope this helps. May it ease your breath and allow it to sink and expand even more. And we'll see each other soon. Bye-bye.